Would not be surprised if this is Basara's kid.
Oh God, no.
You think Basara would stick around to raise a kid? This kid who doesn't no idea who his old man is? Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with episode 12 of Macross Delta. Really one episode away from the midway point, where I hear the show gets good.
Yeah, well, the show hasn't been that.
Right, but apparently the first half is the bad half, or not the bad half, but the worst half.
The slow part. It is, well, not that slow, really. We had a lot of things happening pretty quickly, so it's not slow. You can't fault the anime for being slow. So,
well, there's the element that the first couple of episodes were kind of like, I would say meandering, like they didn't really establish what we were doing just yet, other than introducing the characters. But since then, we've been getting into fights, we've been uncovering mysteries, we've been establishing essentially everything leading up till right now, which is Space Fleet and
big hunking protoculture warship. Yeah.
Well, I just mean like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What is the ultimate goal other than kill all humans?
I guess so.
Because at that point in time, where are we beyond SDF Macross?
I don't know if the goal... Well, they did say they wanted to erase the imprint of humanity, so yeah, maybe they do want to kill all the humans.
Well, no, I mean, that's what they did. I mean, that's what they said. They want to get rid of all humans, all human influence in the cluster, which is essentially not much different from the Zentradi's destroy all my clones.
Yeah. Or mind control them.
I mean, is that the ultimate goal, though? Or is this mind controlling the humans a means towards the end? Although they mind control more than just humans, so.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If you want destruction, the way they were using the VARs originally, that would have been fine. Just make people go crazy and start killing each other, and that's it. The problem takes care of itself, right?
I mean, if you can get them to march themselves into the camps.
Why? If you can, they can kill themselves on the streets. That's easier.
Because it's random. It's entirely random, and also, if Messer is any proof, you leave the most survivable ones around.
You can shoot them in the head afterward. Like, oh, hey, you're alive.
Well, I mean, if they're rampaging versus being pacified, I think it's easier to order them to kill each other, and they just kill each other rather than just having them go buck wild. Also, maybe you want their infrastructure. Also, maybe your goal isn't to destroy everything.
I mean, you want to erase their influence. I think the infrastructure is their influence, their art, their architecture.
I would argue that their implication is that the cluster had its own culture and infrastructure before they arrived. Like, with the people that Ragna live versus the city ship that landed.
Yeah.
Because they did say that that's how they control you. The technology and everything that they bring.
Technology, the Windermere's are perfectly happy to use themselves because they also have transforming robots, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think we've already indicated that their Valkyrie things are just evolutions of existing Valkyries.
Yeah, so.
But then again, they used the protoculture ship as soon as they could get it. So, it's not like they don't want to. It's using the guns available. Right? You fight the Russians with AKs because the Russians drop AKs.
I guess so.
Well, I mean, you're not going to, like, throw a rock at a guy, bash his brains in, and then ignore the high-powered weaponry that he was carrying. More rocks for me, thanks. That's native homeland.
Yeah, but if you can make your own weapons and use that, apparently they couldn't.
Well,
it didn't happen.
I mean, look, if you've got a Tomahawk missile and then a weapons development program 10 years from completion, the missile's right here.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're like a homegrown insurgency, you're not gonna be like quibbling. Oh, those fucking Americans. Now give me that Holgen Hest, like Heckler and Koch. Oh, that's German. What is an American brand of weapon handgun? Colt. Give me that Colt.
Yeah. I mean, right now the US military is using things like 6 hours, so they're not even using American guns anymore. I mean, they made by American factories, but they're not originally American guns.
I'm
Anyway,
just
not
saying, when
important.
you kill the American soldier, you take the American soldier's gun. You don't like wait around for. I don't know. This is something that falls well as a good equivalency, and also it's coming off as Homeland Security is going to come knocking on my door any minute.
Not as funny as it should be.
Well, one, it shouldn't be funny, but also that is the humor in it, that it's not supposed to be funny, and that's why it's
Yeah.
funny. But also, there's a 3-letter acronym, and they're coming for people with bags and everything.
Yeah.
And you will go to a camp. It's not called a camp anymore, but you will go to one. And no one's fighting to get... Well, some people do fight to get you back, but not as many as it should. Not here, they
Anyway,
said.
this episode.
Yeah, but
we're about to get into a
next
space
hour
fight.
we don't even record Macross. It just turns into a political recording.
We're going to get to a big old chip fight in space. Well, actually, I think it's going to be very one-sided.
Well, I feel
predict
like
they
if there's a
fire.
twist, there's going to be the twist this episode.
Yeah.
It's either going to be a full-on, just like straight-up ship fight, in which case, why? Like, my problem here is that argument that I came up with, like, with Fate Zero. Why would you just do the obvious thing? Because the obvious thing is not going to be interesting. And I don't mean that from, like, the, God, what's the name? Ryan something? From the second new Star Wars movie?
Mm-hmm.
Subversion. Ryan Johnson was subverting expectations. I'm not talking about it from that aspect. Don't subvert expectations just to subvert them, because that doesn't exactly make everything more interesting. But if you can do it with something you've set up, that would be more interesting. Again, like, why show us the stabbing knife if the next episode is just someone getting stabbed? Like, cool. I had a week to just think about someone getting stabbed versus something interrupting it and then becoming something even cooler than just a murder, right? Because murders are cool. You know what I'm trying to say.
You heard it last year. Murders are cool.
You heard it last year. Actually, no.
Yeah.
I was watching a lot of clips of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and that was them trying to catch a serial killer, and the implication that killing is cool, so catching a serial killer is even cooler, or something like that.
Yeah.
Carrying on a joke from there. The idea that we're going to go into a massive space battle, which used to be really cool on the face of it, but if you're watching Macross, that happens every show. What would be cooler than that? Some sort of subversion, but not to be a subversive, but to set up something that we either didn't see coming or has been established, like Royd taking over the fleet, or, third party that you were describing, or Epsilon group taking over the Windemirian cause, or something.
Yeah.
So my expectation is to not expect what's happening.
Okay, then. I think it's time to watch the episode.
Let's go ahead and get into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
That's huge. What's happening? What happened in the last 5 seconds of last episode? I remember this all from Mass Effect 3. We're about to destroy alcohol. Okay, so the dimensional rift around Windermere was from this,
Apparently.
meaning that their homeworld is also undefended right now. My peanut allergy! I'm sorry, but Macross Delta is rife for a bridging.
聞こえた。どうかし。この歌。風の歌い手。
Remember, you're on Ragna. The song is in alcohol.
どういうことだ。アルシャハルが陥落した。陥落。戦闘開始からわずか15分。アルシャハルの新統合軍は完全に沈黙した。
This might sound really stupid, but I guess plugging your ears doesn't work.
I guess not.
これほどまでと。
That looks like a grace grid to me.
Yeah.
I would love if the twist is Royd is just Grace. Like, literally Grace. Like, new body, that's it. Like, Grace from Frontier was like, oh no, the Vajra thing didn't work out. Maybe I can figure something new. I don't know.
The question is, how the hell are they going to fight against this, though? I mean, unless Keith dies, not Keith, Heinz just dies and, you know, they lose that power.
Well, Heinz did say he was going to sing to death, so. But no, I mean, the idea is that it's fold resonating, but not everybody fold resonates, right? That's the unique property we had to find people for. So, earplugs? Legitimately, it's like all the things I talked about the Zentradi could have done to not fall victim, which was like, turn the radio off.
No, because this goes right to the.
I understand. I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that you can't turn the radio off here, but it does very much seem like you're saying it goes right to the blood vessels, and I'm saying I don't think it does.
I think it does.
No, because it's a full. You have to be infected by the fold bacteria for it to work. Not everybody's infected, so which means that it has to come in from some other vector. Unless,
but enough of them are infected that, you know, it doesn't matter.
Also, they warned everybody. Why did they keep a bunch of people who are drinking the water and eating apples on the ships? Yeah, we totally just abandoned everybody we were meant to protect. Cool.
Why would they want them?
諸君、よく集まってくれた。懐かしい顔も多数見受けられるが、昔話をしている暇はない。早速始めさせてもらおう。
Also, what was the point of showing us that one woman getting catcalled?
初めて見る方ですね。ウィンダミアの機関と思われるこの戦艦は、フォールドリアクターの波形からおよそ50万年前にプロトカルチャー
You know, at the end of the war. Cool shot, bro. Right down the shirt.
不明です。ですが、以前よりも強力な生体フォールド波が観測されました。あの中に風の歌い手がいる可能性が高いかと。
So, missile down the exhaust port then?
ウラミア6世が統合政府からのアルシャハル解放を宣言した。次の狙いはラグナに間違いない。
王様。
国王自らお出ましってわけか。
決戦ね。
問題は襲撃がいつか。
すぐには来ない。
I at least appreciate they didn't put her in the middle seat, so she'd be like directly for the camera to look at.
Yeah.
そんなことがどうしてわかる？
わかるの。私には。
Okay.
You literally can't say what's your proof with trust me, I would know. Because the I would know part is the part we were asking you about.
歌が聞こえてくる前にこちらからアルシャハルに奇襲をかける。
アルシャハル？ウィンダミアに攻めるのでは？
次元断層の影響でウィンダミアに直接フォールドするのは
Which should be gone.
それに
No, I mean something. It seems to be a natural feature. A natural feature?
No, I believe it's the protocultural ruins that were establishing it. I think they just don't know. Either that or there's the ship and protocultural ruins.
他の部隊にはラグナの防衛に当たってもらう。作戦開始は0400。 以上解散
Were we taking the big ship with us?
ミラージュ注意
注意。
昇進だこの作戦から俺の副官になってもらうお前がデルタ2だ
私がデルタ2。
俺は
I don't know, man. Historically, all Delta 2s have died so far.
Yeah.
100% of Delta 2s, in fact, have died so far.
そう硬くなるな細かい話は後だ頼んだぞミラージュ注意
ハインツか。
陛下、ラグナイはいつ進行するのですか？私はいつでも歌います。
今は休め。それもお前の務め。よくやった。ハインツ。
はい。
Neither of them glowed.
この間の未知なる部分がさらに 10% 解明されました。
プロとカルチャーか。
これはロイド様。
神殿に異常は
何もあれだけの攻撃を受けながら全く。
ほう。何をしに来た？もはや貴様に指揮権はない。おとなしく陛下とハインツ様の
Why? Because we're not on Windermere? Or because I beat you in a fight that one time?
これ以上ハインツ様にご無理をさせるわけにはいかない。我らの命は短い。もしハインツ様のルンが尽きるようなことがあれば、遺跡とこの船さえあれば、我々こそがプロトカルチャーの
Every time I see the subtitles have like a little dash at the end, I assume they're gonna get interrupted.
和平交渉することも。プロトカルチャー。そんなもの、統合政府の連中にはどうでもいいことだ。
Oh, it's a Girin versus I forget the dad's name. Derek. The Girin versus Derek.
Dagwing.
There we go.
最後のその瞬間まで俺は戦う。たとえ球場星団にいるすべて
Wait, aren't we in... Did we land on Al Shahal?
Yeah.
It's like, are we in space right now? What happened?
お前も命が尽きるまで戦い続けると信じていたがな。
Yeah, he wants genocide. Commit genocide. Isn't that great?
だが、銀河に新たな風を吹かせるまでは。
What's what I'm saying? Keith is very much Girin, and Royd is Degwin. Historically, we know how that works out.
大丈夫？ウィンダミアのことやっぱり気になる？アルシャハルには風の歌い手さんがおるんやろ？私ん歌がその人の心に届いたら人を操るような歌やめてくれるかな？
I doubt it.
Well, I mean, it's really hard to change the mind of a person who's willing to die for their cause.
また私の中にあの風が。艦長、シェルターの準
Trust
備
me,
時間が
I
かか
would
りそうです。
know.
できるだけ急がせろ
はい。
What the fuck is her
市
secret?
民を避難させるんですか？
備えあれば憂いなしだグラミア王はいくつになった35は超えているは
Wow, he did not age well.
ウィンダミア人にしては長く生きたもんだな
Like I said, I thought he was like 50.
アラド隊長は国王と会ったことが。
新統合軍の一パイロットが会える相手じゃないですよ
では、
教え子の一人
Legit, he was looking at the picture on the bridge. How did you miss it?
俺は当時ウィンダミアに艦隊戦の教官として雇われてたんでな出来の悪い生徒だった何かといえば騎士道精神正々堂々1対1
Okay, so he's looked like this his whole life.
だが国と誇りを守るためなら悪魔にもなれる恐ろしい男さ
独立戦争にも参加を。
祖国を守る戦によそ者の力は借りられんとな
Also, he didn't have like the metal shit in his head back then either.
戦いましたよ任務ですからね
艦長、新統合軍の連絡船が着陸許可を申請して
Why are
い
you
ます。
wearing that thing on your head on the bridge?
新統合軍参謀局2部ラウリマラン少佐であります。
ケイオスラグナ支部エリッション艦長アーネスト・ジョンソンだ。
いやー、話には聞いておりましたが。
What a big Johnson.
で、どんなご用件で？
新統合軍総司令部よりの通達です。惑星ラグナのプロトカルチャー遺跡を破壊することが決定しました。ウィンダミアは遺跡
Go figure the nuns guy would be an asshole.
Yeah.
He's grinning about destroying the ruins.
Mhm.
援軍も出さずに何を？
何か？
いえ、何も。
あの遺跡からはエネルギーシャフトが惑星の中心に向けて伸びています。下手をすれば地殻変動を引き起こす可能性が。
指向性戦術反応弾を使用します。
Oh, nukes. We're just gonna nuke it.
大気
Cool.
圏内の被害は最小限度で済みます。アルシャハルは
He's not talking about the atmosphere. He's talking about the planet.
Well, no, she was saying the crust. He's talking about the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, famously, there's no fallout from using a nuke.
それでも承服しかねる。おそらくレディ M も同じ意見だと思うが。
そのレディ M の顔を立てて報告に来たのですよ。本来ならば了承を得る必要もない。すでに工作部隊も派遣済みです。
Okay, you're doing the villain thing. Literally, I only told you after you've already done it.
It can transform too, I guess.
What do you mean?
The big ship. You saw that big dark ship that's in the little toy. I think that's that ship that can transform.
I don't know, somehow I just like phased out when the middle thing was playing. I thought you were looking at the protoculture ship. I was like, that didn't transform.
百戦百敗、無冠の名指揮官などと呼ばれているそうで。
Oh, what would they call that in G-Quicks? Unicum? Is that what it... He's a uni... Ernest Johnson is a Unicum. I also appreciate by the time this comes out on YouTube, G-Quicks would have already run its entire course. It's not gonna make any sense.
遺跡を爆破するかもしれないんだって。そしたらラグナもどうかになっちゃうかもしれないって。
Don't you guys like fucking venerate not squid, the jellyfish?
Yeah.
No concern about nuking all the jellyfish?
アラド隊長、レディ M が新統合軍と話をつけてくれた。ってことは。よかった。
奇襲攻撃の結果が出るまで遺跡の爆破は待ってくれるんだ。
I doubt that. Seems more likely they're gonna wait till you.
Yeah,
they're gonna wait till you leave, and then they're just gonna do it.
ラグナ好き。海ニャンニャンも海グモも海サソリも
Maybe the first one.
ニャンニャンも好き。それにみんなに会えた。そうだね。
Please don't kill these two.
頑張ってラグナを守らないとね。
That's a big gun.
Oh, it's a Macross ship.
どう戦えば。
We're not going to answer her question with the same thing I just said to you. With the Macross ship.
Yeah.
Why don't we fucking use the giant beam weapons on the Macross ship?
リンゴって。
大丈夫。ラグナ名物海リンゴ。ちょっとしょっぱいけど美味しいよ。
なんで私。
Because it's your turn, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
アルシャハルで密航者見つけたとき、まさかそいつと一緒に戦うことになるなんて思ってもいなかったぜ。
ほんにほんに。ああ、そういや、それいつもしとるよね。
ああ。親父の形見。
え、お父さんの？
Yeah, his name was Akaru.
親父がどっかの星から送ってきたんだ。
どっかって？
さあな。親父軍人でさ。
Still most of the main characters of the shows.
Would
not be surprised if this is Basara's kid.
おかげで ウィンダ
Oh
ミア
God,
にも
no.
歌を届けられるかもしれん。
You think Basara would stick around to raise a
時
kid?
々ね、
This kid
I
who
don't think he
doesn't
has a-
know
yeah.
idea who
歌
his
って
old
て楽し
man
く感
is?
じちゃう時があるんや。戦ってる時も。
え
ああ、分かっとる。そんなのいけんって。でも、歌で体がいっぱいになって、楽しくてどうしようもなくなって、みんなにもあんな風に感じてもらえたら、戦争なんかする気もなくなるかもしれんな。
I don't know.
Doesn't
That,
to be working.
I say it doesn't work in
俺
Cyberpunk.
もお前の歌聞きながら飛んでるの
When you force people to experience your memories, they don't like you more because of it.
翼が生えたみたいにこのままどこまでも飛んでいけるんじゃねえかって思う時がある。なんか悔しいけどさ、好きだぜお前の歌。
Oh god, I'm blanking. What's the main guy from last
だ
season,
から遠
Frontier?
慮しねえで思いっきり歌えよ。 俺が必ずお前を守るから。
Yeah, see? Bad memories, man. What if he got deposited somewhere random
至急ブリーフィングルームに。
and he's his kid?
ミラージュさん？
何してんだよ、んなとこで。
別に何も。
No fair. Freya didn't have to answer when I asked her that question. I should get the same
になっ
pass.
ても相変わらずのまっすぐぶりだな。そいつだよ。
指揮を取らなければならないんです。当然万全の準備を。
俺がいるだろ。チャックもいる。隊長も。
I phrased that in a way to
Oh, we got-
purposely throw you
Yeah.
off.
たちがついてんだ。お前はいつも通り飛んでりゃいいって。
That actually will get her killed because she's not.
どうした？
They can read
I
her
really-
a mile away.
I would really like if he said, "You got me," and then Freya too, if you're cool with it. You know?
ずっと自分でも分かっていました。だから人一倍努力をしてきた。それでもメッサー注意には教科書通りと。でもまだ諦めきれない。ここで終わるわけにはいかないんです。ハヤテインメルマン、あなたには最終試験で負けたままになっていますが、いつか雪辱を果
Well,
た
I
しま
mean,
す。
legit, that was a bullshit exam.
生きて帰りましょう。
おう、いつでも挑戦受けてやるぜ。注意殿。
Don't say things like this because it's also having death flags as well.
Can't be. They're main characters.
Uh,
You legit think they gave like a Max progeny a death flag? Not gonna happen. I would be shocked. Well, I wouldn't be now that I've said it out loud, but I would still be surprised.
発進スタンバイ。
ウェポンシステムチェック急げ。
イナーシャルキャパシタ。よし。メインリアクター出力上昇。重力制御システム起動。
And then for old time's sake, they just go flying out of the ship.
停留システムロック解除。発進エリアオールクリア。マクロスエリッション浮上開始します。
Remember we couldn't even smoke on the bridge? Now it's just like animals and weird hats and
ケイオスブリージンガル救助生団連合艦隊総司令マクロスエリッション艦長アーネスト・ジョンソンである。これよりオペレーションアインヘリアルを開始する。本物のヤック・デカルチャーってやつを見せつけてやれ。マクロスエリッション全速発進。
wouldn't we go faster if we were like in ship mode? Also, nobody on the surface can breathe anymore.
I mean,
that's
they
right,
evacuated
they
the city.
evacuated, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently not everybody.
No.
Choking to death in the exhaust of Macross Elysium.
バランスフォーメーション開始します。メインエンジンブロック大気圏外コントロールモード
Okay,
へ。
that's what I said.
アイテールおよびテーメラー後部船体と接合。大気圏離脱しました。ホールドドライブエネルギー充填完了。
And behind them, an explosion.
ホールド
I mean, yeah, expecting it.
Yeah.
Oh, which would kill the other guy's family because they're fucking there.
近づいている。
Yeah.
嵐が翼を広げよう。バルキューレはデフォルト後 敵艦隊に向け強行ライブを行う
An assault concert.
銀河のために誰かのために今私たち
瞬間完全燃焼命がけで楽しんじゃえ
Sorry guys, I wasn't here for the rehearsal. I don't know how they have speech
我が
ends.
命令を援護他の部隊は敵巨大戦艦に集中攻撃をかける諸君らの健闘を期待する
I get the element that this feels like the final episode,
18
but
It
it's
is,
only
and-
halfway, yeah. Or
I
on
think
the
they're gonna
verge of
lose.
halfway.
急速接近
Mass mid, mass huge. I love these measurements.
まさか奴が
That much bigger than a Macross ship.
敵艦ホールドします
グラニアメ
さあ始めるとしよ
Yeah, why would we wait around for you? Well, yeah, but everyone evacuated already. What are you going to get from going there?
The ruins. They want the ruins.
Yeah, but we don't know what that does get. I guess when
No.
the nuke goes off.
A backlash then? If it goes, it
Well,
kills
no, I mean,
the,
it's going
the
to
kid?
destroy the planet. It's going to destroy the planet. That's obviously what they were implying with, I love this
Yeah.
planet. No. The
Mhm.
planet's going to get destroyed. They're going to activate the ruins. The activated ruins are then going to explode with a nuke. And then we're going to lose the planet. So maybe we are going to lose that family too. Also, I don't know where they evacuated all those people to, because I would have assumed they would have evacuated it to the city ship, and then the city ship would leave. Like, is the idea that the city ship can no longer move?
Really?
Well, I mean, if they're all evacuated, they just left the city ship behind.
Mm-hmm.
What, no other thoughts?
No, I'm just thinking what could happen. I mean, destroying a planet and killing the Mustang's family. Damn. Unless they are evacuating time, I guess.
I mean, we just saw them leave, and it feels like minutes have passed.
Yeah.
And where else would they go if they're not going to the city ship?
On space?
Yeah, on what, though?
They have to
Well, that gave me no clues whatsoever. Cool, a bunch of people in fighter pilot cockpits.
shouting at each other.
Or
Yeah.
fighter cockpits, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
more of the same, just this time with a
Mm-hmm.
sky background instead of a space one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gearing up. Yeah, if this is going to be the turning point, I think that, it's going to be bye-bye Ragnar.
Well, I mean, I guess it would raise the stakes, because, one, we destroyed half of a moon before,
Mhm.
so now we're going, well, technically, Macross 7, we've
planet,
already
it was a
destroyed a
planet.
planet. Well,
Yeah.
even not even a half, like a third, or something.
Mhm.
But this would also imply that all of the planets could be destroyed.
Mhm. In which case, yeah, the fact that the nuns guy was just too happy to do this. Well, we're just gonna do this. I'm just telling you because I just want your boss to save face. I'm like,
I mean, it's par for the course. Remember the order to destroy all rogues and trotty fleets? Don't talk to them, just destroy them.
yeah,
There's a reason we keep overthrowing the government.
yeah.
Tie that back
God
into
damn.
the previous discussion at the beginning of the episode.
Although I did like the fact that it's like, oh, hey, we're living. I'm like, oh, fuck you. We're already on our way. It's like, okay.
Well, because
You
the
know?
king can read the wind, so he can determine when things are
Yeah.
happening. It's like
Mhm.
they're new types. Like, I don't know how to put this.
Yeah.
It's just they know when things are coming. Like he was in his bed, like, oh, dark wind's coming. Better get to the bridge.
True enough. Question is, because I think the twist is going to be they're kind of setting up Keith as being the bad guy, the guy who wants to kill everybody. He's honorable, but he wants to kill everybody. And then you have Roy. It's like, no, I want to do it bloodlessly. I don't want the prince to die, etc. I think there's going to be a switcheroo there where it turns out that Roy is really the bad guy. And, Keith is like the honorable soldier, right? That he's,
That's what we said already, though. Unfortunately, there isn't anything new to that particular comment because that's what we were talking about. I even brought up the fact that Keith's belief is no
Mhm.
different than Hines and the Kings.
Yeah.
So he can't be a third party because he's doing exactly the same things. There would be no point in killing the king for him to take power, for him to just be like,
Mhm.
continue on.
Yeah, let's do the thing that we were just doing 5 seconds ago. Okay, like, why? Never mind. Just felt like being like wearing the crown. That's all.
I micromanage better than he did.
Yeah, I think the crown will look better on my head. That's all. It's like, but it goes like, okay,
I
sure,
am now
whatever.
instituting Logan's run rules. He was 5 years too old.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
I guess my whole subversion thing didn't come to pass either. They literally just did get into the space fight and then mind controlled him. So
Mhm.
there was literally no point in doing a cliffhanger because it was what anybody could have guessed. What's that thing they've been doing? Mind controlling people. What do they do? Mind control people. Okay.
I mean, they also have like dimensional shields that can tank an entire fleet's attack in one go. So it's like, oh,
Sure,
they can
but
do that
again,
too.
it's the building thing of every show so far. It's like
Yeah.
everybody does that now. Like we need to go into different territory. Like Grapple needs to come back.
My God, don't keep bringing back stuff from Macross 7.
You know,
Ugh.
I'm sorry. I'm bringing stuff back from Macross Frontier, actually.
Which was them bringing stuff back from Macross 7. So same difference.
It's not bringing stuff back from Macross 7 if it's in that show, and that show takes place in the same universe. So if I said, oh, Osamu Dyson's going to come in and save the day, and you're like, stop bringing stuff up from Macross Plus, which is, by the way, never something you're going to say, because I'm never going to keep bringing stuff up. No, I'm never going to bring stuff up. No, I don't. I shit enough on the show when we were watching it to the point where I kind of feel bad for the fans, so I don't bring it up to shit on it anymore. My point herein, though, is if I said, oh, Masama Dyson's going to come in and save the day, and you're going to be like, stop bringing up stuff from Macross Plus, and I say, I'm not. I'm bringing stuff up from Macross Frontier, because he was also there, according to you. Like, I didn't recognize it, I didn't hear it, but you're the fan of both of those properties, so if you say he was there, I'll believe you. He's in the same continuity, so it is just as much from that as from that.
I'm sure somebody hears that in the comments like, oh, Basara would have solved this in like 5 seconds. Like,
well, no, Basara famously not a good problem solver.
Yeah, true.
I mean, he's very powerful, and he has a lot of abilities, but, you know, explaining what's going on and figuring out what needs to be done, like, I don't think we would have spent like a week in the woods singing at a woman in a ball if he knew what to do. And also, that didn't work. So clearly, at best, he would have been really good in the fight to fire off his sound force beams and block stuff, but not really great in this scenario either. I don't think he could stop a fleet of stuff. He was really good at, like, individual Proto-Devlin.
I guess he could have stopped the Wind Singer, though. He blasted the singer back, like, oh, you're going to sing us with control? He lets it just to cancel each other out. That's it.
Arguably, yeah.
What was cool. Yeah, that's the only one. Yeah.
I would say that Basara is probably more powerful than Walkir as a group. I mean, he drowned out Mylene from space. Like, they can hear him across the universe. Not universe. Depending on their definition of the universe, because, again, it seems like they flew across the universe because they saw multiple galaxies, and then they said, we flew across the galaxy. But the point is, with their full detection stuff, they could sense Basara just singing from across the galaxy. So they could barely detect Hines when he's singing until they got so strong, like he got amplified, they just started hearing him. Also, not for nothing, I like Firebomber's music more than this. Like, I like this music fine enough, but I'm more of a fan of Firebomber. So, not for nothing, he's singing like rock music, and this is more like pop.
Yeah.
I think rock would drown out pop pretty easily.
True.
I don't think you could keep your concentration to sing the pop music when Basara's, screaming in your ears and firing off like amplifiers in your direction. Because he's the only one that comes to the fight prepared to amplify his shit. Like, Walkier is going to be doing all this, like, light and dance show, and he's going to be sitting back in his cockpit with a giant amplifier missile firing at you.
Yeah.
I know you don't like Basara, and you're not that big a fan of Macross 7, but when you compare them to everybody else in every other show, when it comes to idols, he's idling it up, man. You're just not a fan of his story or his characterization. When it comes down to what he did and what he does, who else could have done what he did but Basara?
That's kind of the problem, that he basically overpowers everything. It's like, oh, Basara. Like, what? Just Basara. Just
you say
Just
that, but he didn't
Basara.
overpower anybody.
He literally overpowered what's his name? Who was going to eat the entire universe.
He didn't really, though. Like, remember, that guy also put him into, like, a death coma. And then, well, no, actually, Civil put him into a death coma that he had to wake up from. And he didn't overpower him, he brought him back to his senses. So he didn't overpower anybody. Like, at best, he overpowered a beam grapple shot at him one time. Other than that, everybody he tried to force listen to him kind of either just went away or defeat him, really. He's still the strongest singer of all the singers, though, individually. Like, Walkier as a group, I do not think could stand up against Basara's singing. Which, again, I guess, from the outside perspective, really brings out, like, a meta storyline to his whole listen to me sing. That the most powerful singer in the galaxy couldn't get people to listen to him sing. And that's really the storyline of Basara, that I have the most important music you'll ever hear. Please fucking listen to me sing.
Pathetic.
You know, you think about it, it's the story of the Bible.
Okay. I think we've gone far enough. We just gone far enough.
No, I mean, really, it's the what they say, it's the most important story ever told. I'm not saying it's like anything else in the Bible. I'm like the meta of the Bible, right? The Bible is the most important story ever told. Basara's singing is the most important singing ever. But what's the story of the Bible is missionary work to try and tell the good story, right? And Basara, listen to me sing! Please stop running away! Listen to me sing! Listen to the good word! So, it's essentially that. Like, I'm not saying Basara's Jesus. I don't think anybody in the show I would, like, put that label to.
But he's not here, so it doesn't really matter.
You say that. Could be fucking anywhere. Much like the guy whose name we can't remember. The guy from last show. Alto. That just came to me. Alto. Much like Alto, just out and about and missing, right? Basara went off to travel whatever the fuck he wants. Probably never gonna stop. Like, until he dies one day, but not a settling down guy. Alto, who the hell knows? We know that Renka and gang are still looking for him, or at least were 4 to 5 years ago. Yeah. So, Samu, I guess, is the only one we have a lockdown on, you know, assuming he didn't die in the final shot of the show. One of those off-screen or on-screen Valkyrie explosions.
Oh, it's Hayata's daddy.
Hikaru, also fucking missing.
Yeah.
So what, 3 at Shin? Missing, also. Samu was the only one who's not missing.
Yeah.
Is there one that...
The only one that stuck around.
Is there a main pilot character from one of the shows that's not missing?
No, all of them they're gone. They're all gone.
Well, let's see. Shin got dragged off with Birdman and, Birdman bubble into wherever. Hikaru is on Mega Road, wherever the fuck Mega Road went, also labeled missing by everybody else. Samu is around because he's the odd man out in that Macross Plus is not like every other Macross show. So, of course, he'd be around. The one I don't care to see anyway. After that, Basara, Galactic Wanderer. Alto was... Now, was there something between 7 and Frontier, or would you go right to Frontier?
Yeah, we went direct to the frontier.
Okay,
yeah.
I felt like I was forgetting something. Yeah, Alto forcibly missing.
In one version. Because in the series he's still around. In the movie version, he's gone.
Oh, yeah, but I prefer the movie version.
Mhm. So it's a 50-50 split there.
Yeah, because they haven't established which reality is real or not real, which one we're going with. Or which
The follow-ups assume the movies are real and they're still looking for them.
No, that's why I'm thinking that the movie version is real, because they made a short film, The Labyrinth of Time, which assumes that the movie is real. And because it's not established that it goes with anything, and of course, he's missing from Firebomber 7. FB7. No, he's not. No, he's not. I think I just made that up.
He's still there.
Yeah,
It doesn't say much.
There was other characters that were missing from that, and I just assumed that he was one of them for some reason. Also, that's set ambiguously at any point in time during Firebomber. I mean, not Firebomber, during Frontier. Yeah, I just didn't put it together that most of our pilots are missing. Although, I guess that works for the video games, where they're all literally put together in time. Like, there's always a time travel element in the video games.
And Super Robot Wars and stuff like that. Yeah.
No. I mean, specifically the Macross video games. Like that one that recently came out, where there's some sort of weird... there's some sort of weird time travel force, and they bring all the characters together from across time, because they don't know what's happening. Yeah. I guess that really doesn't work well for Dyson. Like, why am I being ripped out of time? You could literally tell where I was at. Well, I guess technically you could rip him out of time to put him in the Frontier thing, so that it's prime Dyson and not old man Dyson. All right. Final thought?
Looking forward to see how it goes. And I guess we're expecting a planet to blow the hell up again.
All right. Well, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?